Hello everyone, I am Dr. Sirajul Faizi. I welcome you in my YouTube channel. Today in this video, I am going to talk about carbohydrates. You know my friends, carbohydrates are the most abundant organic compound in every living organism. They are also known as saccharides, derived from Greek word saccharon, which means sugar. As many of them are sweet, they are considered as hydrates of carbon, containing hydrogens and oxygen in the same ratio as in water. Chemically, they are defined as polyhydroxyaldehydes or ketones with a general formula CnH2n or CnH2O choline. Some common examples are glucose monosaccharide, sucrose disaccharides, and starch polysaccharides. So D-glucose, D-fructose, these are the monosaccharides. Sucrose is a disaccharide and starch polysaccharides. I will show you the structure in our next video. You know the carbohydrates are synthesized by green leaves during photosynthesis. You all know. A complex process in which sunlight provides the energy to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. Glucose is then converted into other carbohydrates and is consumed by animals. You know, 6 molecule carbon dioxide react with 6 molecules water in the presence of sunlight. It gives carbon 6, hydrogen 12, oxygen 6, glucose, and 6 molecule carbon dioxygens, means oxygen. Now, friends, you know the configuration of carbohydrates. Almost all carbohydrates are optically active as they have one or more chiral carbons. The number of optical isomers depends on the number of chiral carbons. We have the formula 2 to the power n. Here n is the total number of chiral carbons. We know that Fisher projection formula, and that one is also very important for the carbohydrate chemistry. Now, there is a positive or negative sign indicate the dextrorotatory and levorotatory. Dextrorotatory compound rotate the plane polarized light in clockwise direction, while the levorotatory compound rotate in anti-clockwise direction. The D or L isomers can either be dextro or levorotatory compound. You know, dextrorotatory compound are represented by or as D hyphen under bracket positive or L hyphen under bracket positive. A levorotatory compound as D hyphen under bracket negative, L hyphen under bracket negative, like that. So you know about the very small carbohydrate D-glyceraldehyde. You know the D-erythrose, you know D-ribose, you know D-glucose, you know L-glyceraldehyde, L-erythrose, L-ribose, L-glucose. Now friends, you know the classification of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates can be classified into 3 major groups based on their product of hydrolysis, and that are namely monosaccharides, oligosaccharides, and polysaccharides. What is monosaccharides? Monosaccharides are carbohydrates that cannot be hydrolyzed further and are also called simple sugar. Monosaccharides have general formula CnH2O choline. While there are many monosaccharides known, only about 20 of them occur in nature. You know, glucose, fructose, ribose, erythrose, these are the examples of monosaccharide. You know, monosaccharide are further classified based on the functional group results. So we have two functional group, aldoses or ketoses. And the number of carbon present in the chain, trioses, tetroses, pentoses, and hexoses. If the carbonyl group is an aldehyde, the sugar is aldose. If the carbonyl group is a ketone, the sugar is a ketose. The most common monosaccharide have 3 to 8 carbonate. So friends, different types of monosaccharides. If you have the number of carbonatum 3, aldehyde, then it is called aldotriose. Aldotriose, what is the example of aldotriose? Glyceraldehyde. Glyceraldehyde is the example of aldotriose. Ketotriose. What is the example of ketotriose? Dihydroxyacetone. Aldotetrose. Example, erythrose. Ketotetrose. What is the example of ketotetrose? Erythrolose. Aldopentose. What is the example of aldopentose? Ribose. Ketopentose. What is the example of ketopentose? Ribulose. Aldohexose. What is the example of aldohexose? Glucose. And ketohexose. What is the example of ketohexose? Fructose. So my friends, you know, glucose is a simple sugar which serves as a major energy source for us. All people know that. You also know that the most important and most abundant sugar, it is present in honey, sweet fruits such as grapes and mangoes especially. Now it is mango time. You know, human blood contains about 100 milligram per deciliter of glucose. Human blood contains about 100 milligram per deciliter as blood sugar. In the combined form, it is present in sucrose, starch, and cellulose. So how you will prepare glucose? When sucrose, cane sugar, is boiled with dilute sulfuric acid in alcoholic solution, it undergoes hydrolysis and gives glucose and fructose. You know, friends, glucose is produced commercially by hydrolysis of a starch with dilute hydrochloric acid at high temperature under pressure. The starch undergo hydrolysis, it gives mainly glucose. So what is the structure of glucose? You know, my friends, glucose is aldohexose. Glucose is an aldohexose. It is optically active with 4 asymmetric carbons. Its solution is dextrorotatory, and hence it is called a dextrose. Its solution is dextrorotatory. That's why it is called dextrose. The purpose, you know, the structures. From the elemental analysis and molecular weight determinations, the molecular formula of glucose is carbon 6, hydrogen 12, and oxygen 6. On reduction with concentrated potassium iodide and red phosphorus, glucose gave a mixture of N-hexane and 2-iodohexane, indicating that the 6 carbon atoms are bonded linearly. So N-hexane is the major product. Glucose reacts with hydroxylamine to form oxime, and with hydrogen cyanide, it forms cyanohydrate. These reactions indicate the presence of carbonyl group in glucose. Now glucose gets oxidized to gluconic acid with mild oxidizing agent like bromine water, suggesting that the carbonyl group is an aldehyde group and it occupies one end of carbon chain. When oxidized using a strong oxidizing agent such as the nitric acid gives glucaric acid. It is also known as saccharic acid, which is indicating end is occupied by primary alcohol groups. So you know the glucoric acid structure, you know the D-glucose, you know the gluconic acid structure. Now friends, glucose is oxidized to gluconic acid with ammonical silver nitrate, Tollens reagent, and alkaline copper sulfate, failing solution. So Tollens reagent is reduced to metallic silver and failing solution to cuprous oxide, which appears as red precipitate. And these reactions further confirm the presence of aldehyde groups. So glucose forms pentaacetate with acetic anhydride, suggesting the presence of how many alcohol group? 5 alcoholic groups. So glucose react with acetic anhydride, it gives glucose pentaacetate and acetic acid. Furthermore, glucose is a stable compound and does not undergo dehydration easily. It indicates that not more than one hydroxyl group is bonded to a single carbon atom. Thus, the 5 hydroxyl group are attached to 5 different carbon atoms, and 6 carbon is an aldehyde group. So, my friend, the exact special arrangement of OH group was given by Fischer. You know the structure of glucose, and the glucose is referred to as D plus glucose, and it has the D configuration, and is a dextrorotatory. You also know, my friend, cyclic structure of glucose. Fischer identified that the open chain pentahydroxyaldehyde structure of glucose that he proposed did not completely explain its chemical behavior. Unlike simple aldehyde, glucose did not form crystalline bisulfite compound with sodium bisulfite. You know, glucose does not give shift taste, and pentaacetate derivative of glucose was not oxidized by Tollens reagent or filling solution. This behavior could not be explained by the open chain structure. So, in addition, glucose is found to crystallize to 2 different forms depending upon the crystallization condition with different melting point, 419 and 423 Kelvin. So, in order to explain these, proposed that one of the hydroxyl group react with aldehyde group to form cyclic structure. Cyclic structure means hemiacetal form. This also results in the conversion of chiral aldehyde carbon into a chiral one, leading to possibility of 2 isomers. These 2 isomers differ only in the configurations of carbon 1, carbon. And these isomers called anomers, and that is very important term for competitive exams. The 2 anomeric form of glucose are called, one is alpha and other is beta. This cyclic structure glucose is similar to pyrene. So cyclic compound with 5 carbon and 1 oxygen atom, and hence it is called pyranose form. You know, the specific rotation of pure alpha beta D glucose are 112 degree and 18.7 degree. However, when a pure form of any one of these sugar is dissolved in water, slow interconversion of alpha D glucose and beta D glucose via open chain form occurs until equilibrium is established, giving a constant specific rotation, and that is plus 53 degree. And this phenomenon is called mutarotation. That is very important, mutarotation. Now, friends, epimers and epimerizations. What is the epimers and what is the epimerizations? You know, sugar differ in configuration as a symmetric center is known as epimers. The process by which one epimer is converted into other is called epimerization, and it requires enzyme epimerase. What enzymes? Epimerase. Galactose is converted into glucose by this manner in our body. So my friends, I hope this video will be helpful to you. If you like this video, then subscribe my channel, and thanks for watching.